Hi everyone, it's Haley, and this is my problem solving with the AI technique. Um, Going over the Operation Asha, I thought that the guy was very knowledgeable. He knew all the problems that was going on in India, why they couldn't all get the health that they needed, and he knew how to draw people in to get donations, so he could go forth and go ahead with his operation to get everybody cleared up of tuberculosis, or the best that he can. He was very knowledgeable, and he was very determined to go ahead and, I don't know, go about his plan to, try to cure everybody the best that he can. I thought that he was doing a great job. Anyway, so the situation that I decided to work with was, well, first I went ahead and I asked my coworkers, because I didn't really have anything at home that I could have used this for. So yeah, I went to work and I asked my coworkers, I'm like, what is a situation or like a problem that we have here that we could solve? I told them about my, the AI and the whole 4D diagram, and I was like, I need to find something that I could use this for. So my one coworker, Rachel, was like, well, we have a cleaning issue. There's only like two waitresses that, even bother cleaning the restaurant. So if we were to come up with a plan to get that working, then that would be great. So that's what we did. We decided to come up with a plan to get the cleaning done daily and weekly. So the steps that we had was we made a list of all the cleaning that needs to be done both daily and weekly. We took up like two different posters and we put one kind of near the bar and then in the back, so they were able to see, both the stuff that needed to be done in both places. We put them in spots that a lot of the waitresses walk past, and I made sure to even, nicely say something. I'm like, I have this experiment going on, and I would really like you guys to cooperate, and honestly, it would be great for the restaurant, in general, to get it clean and looking good. It's kind of embarrassing when people come in and there's still crumbs on the floor. So yeah, it was a great kind of way to get our work to, work on the issues that we have. And the way that I just kind of handled the success was if the cleaning got done daily, and the restaurant looked good, because I work about every day, so I'm there. So just to make sure that the cleaning got done, my opinion, I thought that wasn't enough of a success, to actually have them cooperate with me and to get it done. So the execution, I let them know about, my project and everything, that there really shouldn't be just two waitresses cleaning. Then they come in and it's just like a hassle, So I nicely told them like that I talked to a couple of the coworkers and they all agreed, and so everybody did end up on board, after talking to them. So it was great. But so yeah, what happened was, excuse me, sorry. That so the measure of success was pretty simple. That if it got cleaned, then it was a success. Told you about how we made up the checklist for opening and closing, just to make sure that it stays clean throughout the day. I did have them like kind of make up like a weekly thing too, more of like, mopping the floors and cleaning the back of the bar and all the organizing. That is something that we can do daily, but for like the mopping and stuff, if we're busy, you can't really get it done, and then you're tired at the end of the day. Just to make sure that it gets done weekly, and they all agreed. It was pretty easy, actually. That was something that surprised me, was that like all of the waitresses were on board for that, because they do like understand that when they come in and it's a wreck, then you kind of feel overwhelmed and you're like, well, now I only have like a half hour to get everything done. We did talk about getting in earlier to make sure it gets all done, but we're hoping, once it's a daily thing, that they won't actually have to do that. But they understand that if they didn't, then they might have to come in earlier. We also brought up the problem of communication throughout this experiment, that they're going to communicate with the openers or the closers, like hey, I wasn't able to get this done. If you could come in a little bit earlier, or if you could just help me out, they did agree to do that. It's very surprising, actually. I didn't think that everybody would really be on board to do this, but they did. It was amazing. My reflection for the whole appreciation inquiry, I believe. Yes, sorry. But so the couple insights was like I realized the way that you word your questions and your concerns, if you word it in more of a positive light, that like more people will be on board and thinking of like the situation more of like more of like a task at hand, instead of like, I need to get this done, or I need to get rid of this whole system, come up with a new one, instead of just incorporating what used to make it work, to make it get back on board to working. I do believe that this was the best way to really resolve issues in a workplace. It kind of gets everybody thinking, everybody on board. You get everybody's ideas. I thought it was a great way to get, my coworkers all together and thinking like, what can we do to get this done, which was great. For my ideas on using this, like I said, it's a great way to get your workers, coworkers, colleagues, even if you guys are in school, as we're doing online. I'm not necessarily in school, but for my sisters and brothers, for their classmates too, if they have problems, I think this is a great way to get teamwork all on board. I also feel like it's a great way at home. I have a lot of siblings, so if we all kind of like look at a situation, I was thinking more like chores and stuff, like it would be a great way to be like, what are we all really good at, and what can we do to separate ourselves to get everything done. And then, so my outcome, for using this in the future, I do wish to hopefully continue to use this, because I like looking at things in a positive light, instead of just like, it's a problem, what can I do to just get rid of it. I think this was a great way to really look at everything in a positive way, to look at all the strengths, like this is really based on everybody's strengths, and kind of keep everybody looking at situations in more of a positive light. I loved it. It was great. Yeah, thank you.